Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Virgo for the week of May 30th. Now Virgo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Virgo, I do not offer personal readings and I will not send you a message on any platform. So do not get scams, but let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Virgo. Now I am using the Psychic Tarot as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below. Also ask that you hit the like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. But more importantly, hitting the like button does ensure that other people who need to see these messages have an opportunity to see the messages. All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and make sure everything's in view here. All right. That's all right for me for right now. Go and put this up here. And then we'll take 3 of these Kipper cards to clarify as we go along. All right. Virgo. So, taking a look here, we obviously, something that's kind of jumping out to me here is that we have these 2 chakra cards, right? You know, you have 7 chakras at least you have 7 main chakras in your energy system, and each chakra is like an energy wheel. You are getting the throat and the heart chakra in this week, and so that's a very clear combination. In fact, they come one after the other. It's a very clear combination that for some of you, you may feel like you need to say something to somebody. Okay, you may need to have a heart-to-heart conversation when you get throat and heart chakra energy in any, not just in like a reading like this, but just if you go to a Reiki master, for example. I'm a Reiki master, which is why I know this. If you go to a Reiki master and they identify some type of like energetic blockage in these areas, you'll also probably get advice around needing to potentially talk to somebody, or you may need to say something to somebody in this week. Okay, I'm just going to say that. But let's just dive into this a little bit more here. So in the overall situation, you have the waiting game. So the waiting game is the 2 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands really asks you to kind of do some research, planning, preparation, and discover something. But know that you know, good research takes time. Good things take time. And you know, after you kind of do the research, you kind of create the building blocks. Sometimes you just have to allow things to sort of unfold naturally. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here with this waiting game. But I also feel like for some of you, you have been waiting around thinking about how do I handle this conversation that I need to have with somebody? How do I handle this discussion that is coming up? Situations like that are kind of what I feel like is on the table for some of you. It's interesting that we don't have like a bunch of love cards here. But, you know, this could certainly be in love. This could also be like, you know, you needing to tell a family member something. This could be you needing to have an important conversation with your boss. It really depends on, you know, I want to get some more cards as we clarify. More cards to clarify, which we will be doing here. But in the past, you have hope and the throat chakra. So this is the star card, and then this is an oracle card in this deck, the throat chakra. The star is one of my 2 or 3 favorite cards to find in a tarot reading, because the star can bring about wishes into your life. It can say, you know, that there's hope and optimism on the future. The future is bright when you have the star. You are being guided by the starlights. And on top of that, the star can also represent healing as well, renewal, clarity, anything like that, signs and synchronicities. It can also see you being in front of people, being in the starlight. And so it definitely comes forward when people have an audience here. But what I like is you have this throat chakra. Some of you are clearing the throat chakra with the star and throat chakra, right? So some of you may have in the past here felt a little bit restricted in speech, but I also, but I feel like that has begun to open up. I feel like this energy center, this energy wheel has begun to open up. A good way, a good exercise to open the throat chakra is to sing. I know it sounds kind of funny, but singing is really good for that. Listening to music where you can sing along, or even expressing yourself without restriction is probably the best way with the throat chakra. But let's just talk about this a little bit more here. So in the future, you have the sacral chakra and you have sacrifice and the heart chakra. My apologies. You have sacrifice and the heart chakra. So the sacrifice is the hanging man in the tarot. And when you get the hanging man in a tarot reading, it really says that something's got to give. You got to give something up to get something else. You have to kind of let go. You have to let the kind of universe take you where the universe needs to go. And really what the hanging man needs to do is not only make a sacrifice, but they need to embrace some type of transformation in their life. And this is especially prevalent because the card that comes after the sacral, I keep seeing sacrifice and thinking sacral, but it's not the word, right? The card that comes after the hanging man is the death card, right? And the death card's about transformation. And so, you letting go to embrace a transformation in your life. You have this with the heart chakra, okay? And, the heart center, the heart chakra, the energy center in that area is about emotions. It's about what are you holding on to. The thing about the hanging man is that they are holding on to tightly. And so to get this with the heart chakra, it's like, are you holding on to something? Are you holding on to emotions? I wonder if some of you are definitely done waiting. Okay, I feel like some of you are done waiting here. You've been waiting too long. You've been holding on too long. And I get in the future, there's going to be a release of energy here, okay? It's hard for me to say. I'm really, really curious to see what's coming in here as we move up the pyramid. A good thing for the heart chakra, I know this is interesting, but if you eat leafy greens or any food that is green, it's not an artificial green, but any like a natural food that is green can really help with that. Doing some sort of emotional releasing technique can also be very helpful with the heart chakra. So let's go and see what we have here. So you have, okay, this is probably about a relationship. You have the Two of Cups. You have the Eight of Swords. Wow, okay, so you have the third eye chakra. Okay, Virgo, and you have the root chakra or the base chakra. So out of all the signs, I believe you have gotten the most chakra cards, certainly at the beginning of the reading, for sure. For sure, Virgo. So is there some type of like energy healing? Do you need to do some energy work? I'm not saying if you don't do like I feel like some of you need to, or it may be helpful for you to sign up for Reiki, do like a Reiki class, or if that's really not your thing, you may want to do yoga. Alternatively, if none of that is working, maybe you resonate more with like Qigong. Maybe you want to do Qigong, or I'm getting the word acupuncture. I know it's coming in, but if none of those are resonating, a completely free way of kind of clearing up and freeing up energy is to take a forest bath, which means to go out to the forest and to take a hike, to go in nature. It can really help all 7 chakras, and it can be a very nice energy of grounding. Okay, so we have this Two of Cups here with the Trapped in Fear, which is the Eight of Swords. Okay, you're very, very clearly wanting to express something to somebody here. And the Two of Cups is my favorite romance card in the tarot. The thing is, it's for whatever reason, something is going on in your mind here with this Eight of Swords energy, the Trapped in Fear, where you feel like you are imposing some type of belief on yourself, some type of limiting belief on yourself here. Okay, very clearly. It's like for whatever reason you feel unworthy, or the confidence is not there, and it's because of something going on in your thoughts, in the mental process. And this is probably showing up here as a blockage in the throat chakra, right? And I talked about here how you're clearing it with the star in the past, but it's like so this is in the past, so it's possible that you've come to this conclusion and that you've kind of figured that out for yourself. Now the thing is here for you is to actually go through with having the heart-to-heart conversation, or to expressing or to express your feelings to somebody and to actually do it, right? The third eye chakra is your spiritual vision. It is in between the two eyes in the forehead area. It is your ability to see into the future. It is your knowingness. It is your intuition. You know what you need to say. You know what you need to do. The root chakra is grounding, okay, or base chakra in this deck. And, I've talked about grounding at length. You can put your bare feet on the ground. You can do breath work, I think might be very good. The root chakra is your security in the world. It's your food, shelter, water. And it can come forward when you're feeling like insecure. But like in this reading, this is about security within a relationship, I feel like. Let's go ahead and let's see what we have here in the Kipper deck, the Kipper cards from the Kipper deck. You have the courtship, expectation, and marriage. Pretty clear here, Virgo, isn't it? So you can see that this person is being courted. You can see the Cupid in the background. Courtship, somebody's interested in you, okay? But I think you're also interested in them. And I feel like, I wonder if some of you have an expectation of marriage, or I wonder, are you placing an expectation that you should get married, or are they placing a marriage expectation on you? It's almost like maybe you want to continue the relationship, but you're not ready to get married yet. Maybe that expectation that you have is making them uncomfortable, or the expectation that they have around marriage is making you uncomfortable. And so really what I feel like this reading is about is having this heart-to-heart conversation. And as soon as you get clear between the two of you, that's all going to work itself out. Like the problem will be solved. It's just a matter of opening up that clear channel of communication. Let's see what else we have here. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Three of Wands, and you have the Strength card or the Power card here showing up. So the Seven of Pentacles, patience and planning. Listen, the Seven of Pentacles can really come in when you're looking to do family planning. And there is like, it's like, I wonder if some of you are married and now you're like, okay, is it time for us to have children or something like that here? But you don't know how to come forward to your significant other about that. I'm getting so many messages. This is clearly a love reading, and so I'm gonna keep it as a love reading because it's very clear. Some of you just have something to communicate to somebody, okay? And this Seven of Pentacles here, it can be around, family planning, or even just a long-term relationship. Okay, if you are not already in a long-term relationship with this person, you clearly, very, very, very clearly want that, but you're having a hard time expressing it. The thing is, you know how to express it. That's the thing. You know what to do. It's just that for whatever reason, there's something here going on in your mind where it's like, something holding you back here. You have the partnerships and alliances, which is the Three of Wands. This is about growth and expansion, opportunity on the horizon. It's a card of adventure. It's an exciting energy. In this Oracle deck, or this, it's like a hybrid between a tarot and an Oracle deck. But in this deck, they kind of like to stick to the partnerships and alliances, obviously, aspect of this, of the Three of Wands. 3 is a number of trinity, of unity, of togetherness, of other people involved. And so again, this is really about the relationships that you are kind of dealing with at this time, or just the issues around relationships in this moment. You have the Strength card or the Power card as well. Strength card is about overcoming an internal obstacle. Again, we have this here very clearly with the Eight of Swords and this Power card here. This does suggest that you have what it takes to overcome this problem. And now it's just a matter of sticking strong to that and going for it. Let's see what else we have here. Yep, you have the Five of Wands. And you have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so obstacles and challenges, movement, choices, and decisions. Okay, so there's just like one thing in your way, right? There's one thing in your way here holding you back. This person knows how to get across, like getting across to the other side is clear, right? The direction is clear, but actually doing it is hard, right? They have to risk jumping to the other side knowing that they could fall. And so it's like, you know what you need to do. It's just a matter of you taking the risk and going for it. You have the Two of Pentacles, you're thinking about this a lot. The gears are spinning here. Movement, choices, decisions, weighing an option, going back and forth in your mind 100 different times, 1,000,000 different times over what to say, how to say, when to do it, where to do it, yada yada. All of that sort of stuff is coming in here. At the top of the pyramid, you have the Nine of Cups, happily ever after. Okay, Nine of Cups is the fulfillment of wishes. And this is one of the major, obviously, wish cards to find in a tarot reading, but it's the author of this psychic tarot deck considers this to be the most positive card to find in this deck, and it is a very, very amazing energy of sort of dreamlike energy, kind of happiness and being content in a scenario and in a situation. So it's an incredibly good card to find, especially in this reading. You are going to find the right words to say to this person. You're going to find the right conversation to be had, and passion ignited. This may even unlock something else between the two of you, with the Ace of Wands showing up here. That could be very nice, very fun, and a very good energy, and a new start here coming in as well. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I will see you in the next reading.